Dark bleatings,
Sorry,
everybody.
could you do that again? I was talking over you when you said it.
Dark bleatings, everyone.
Dark bleatings. I've calmed down. We've had a little bit of food. I've accepted the B.
Yeah, that
Let's
made it.
move
That
on.
made him pretty angry. So,
literally cost me like over 1,000 red orbs.
well,
It did, but okay.
this has inspired me
Get
to
this.
ask you this question. I'll give you an example of mine first.
Yeah.
You know what? Some time back, we were talking about things that take off 1 HP damage in real life.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you what things make you irrationally angry. And the first one that comes to mind for me is the chocobo dodging on Final Fantasy X.
Oh my god. Yeah. There was one time I did that. So anyone who doesn't know, there's a mini game to get to power up Tidus's. I say Tidus, we say Tidus, sue us. His ultimate weapon in that game. You've got to complete like a race with the chocobos, but you've got to collect balloons and dodge birds.
That are flying at
'Cause
you.
if the birds hit you, not only do they cost you time by hitting you, but they take 3 seconds off your timer, and you have to finish the race with less than 0 seconds. And that's a very important distinction. Actually less than 0 seconds. I once got exactly 0 seconds.
Yeah, same, I did too.
That's not, don't cut it.
No.
I don't cut it. And I was so... Oh my god, I think I didn't pick the game back up for a year. I think I stopped.
It's whoever thought of that mini game
We're gonna jump.
is some sort of sadist. It's not fun, and it's
No.
and the main problem with it is it's very unfair because you can't really control a chocobo.
No.
Like you try and go left or right, but it won't let you. It knocks you back towards the center.
There's like a boundary where if you hit the boundary, it steers you back in, but you can't see the boundary. Mm-hmm. So it's extremely hard to navigate it.
So that's something that makes me irrationally angry. What about you? Doesn't have to be games.
Yeah, no. Do you know what? It's a small thing that immediately comes to mind because it was happening today. And I don't get road rage. I don't like shout and scream in my car. I tend to keep pretty cool. But like the thing that starts to bubble and get me is when I'm waiting at rush hour at a roundabout to get onto the roundabout, and I could have gone had the person prior indicated they were going left. But they didn't, and they just very just jolly on the way, just like just turning left, and it's like, what? Excuse me. For anyone who drives on the opposite side of the road, just reverse the directions. We UK driving, we're all backwards over here.
I've got one, and it made me mad just this morning. And there's no reason that this should make me so angry. But when I wash the dishes, I have a dish draining rack that I stack my dishes in, and I do have a habit of I Tetris the dishes. Like, if there are too many for the rack, I just won't stop washing. I just start stacking them precariously. Mm-hmm. And usually I'm pretty good at it. However, if it's usually tins that this happens to when I wash out tins to go in the recycling, tuna cans specifically, I stack them within, and somehow one of them will slip out back into the sink. That makes me so mad because I've already washed it and now I have to rinse it again because it touched I've got a sink and then like a smaller little bit to rinse things over, and that bit of the sink is like, obviously when I've been rinsing things, they're all like, it feels like it's dirty to me. So if something touches it, I get so mad. If I drop the sponge in there, that makes me really mad.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other things. I don't get irrationally angry all that often. Getting a B rank really sets me off. Sorry, I swore I was over it, and I am.
He'll never be over it.
I'm fine. Yeah, this is fine. Right, here we go. That was nice S rank. Hey!
Oh, thank the Dark Lord.
Oh my goodness! Let's keep going. I'm happy with that. Oh, do you know what? That just tickles the cockles of my heart. Okay, I don't know what to buy though. This. Okay. We're gonna do a secret mission now. This one's fun. This is the one that teaches you that. So they teach you like obscure mechanics in this game with the secret missions. This one is teaching you that you can double jump for free off enemies. So you just stand there, wait for them to come, and then jump off their little heads.
Jump off their little heads.
And now buy. Not a real buy, just a secret mission buy.
I might not actually go into it right now, but I know something that makes me irrationally angry, so I'm told.
Yeah?
Alien Covenant.
Well, it's still early in the episode to get into it. This is exactly the time to get into it. We're talking about irrational anger. I wouldn't say it's irrational.
I mean,
Oh! No! Oh, I hate getting caught in the vortex.
Well,
That makes me irrationally angry.
Well, now, let me ask you this, though. On the face of it, maybe it doesn't seem irrational, but how long ago did Alien Covenant come out? And when I start talking about it, I'm still as angry as I was when I saw it. Oh man, I'm getting mad now. Oh, I hate it.
Right. Can you collect your thoughts on that? And I'm going to listen for the audio cues on this guy.
Okay.
Because... Here we go. Apologies, this is bad listening, but I need to hear... Here we go. Ready. He makes a little, Oh, here we go. There we go. Got him.
Unfortunately, I once wrote an article about Alien Covenant, but it's vanished from the internet now. Maybe that's for the best.
Why'd it vanish?
Oh, it was on the old Ginger Nuts of Horror website, and something went wrong with the website. I can't remember what good old Jim said now about it, but I think it's coming back, or it is back now. But yeah, I think he lost a lot of content, unfortunately.
Oh.
But it's probably just as well that it was basically a tantrum in essay form.
Well, those are the most interesting things to read, I find.
Maybe I'll rewrite it.
We often binge watch the Plinkett prequel reviews.
Yeah,
which is just nothing but rage.
Okay, I'm going to try and proceed calmly about Alien Covenant to start. So, I used to write...
Here, folks.
I used to write a series of articles on Ginger Nuts of Horror called Challenge Kayleigh, where I made the boastful claim that I'm such a horror fan that whatever film you challenge me to watch, no matter how objectively bad it might be, I will find merit in it. And so people sent me all sorts of things: Zombie Lake, Jaws 4, Troll 2, Cradle of Fear. So I never lost a challenge. I always sincerely found things to enjoy about whatever it was I was watching. And then my friend Justin Park, and I am going to full name you Justin Park, because it still makes me mad. One day, he knows that the Alien and Aliens are like my favourite films of all time. I love them. I've got Alien artwork in my house. I really, really love Alien. And he said, "Have you seen Alien Covenant?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Challenge Kayleigh." And I thought, no, it's a modern film. It surely can't. I'm not saying that modern films are like not crap. I'm just saying that it just, generally speaking, you can find merit though. Like, you can at least find merit with the set design or the score or something, you know? And, I can't find merit in Alien Covenant, Mike. I can't. Still to this day, I can't. Oh my god. Right, okay, so let's go in. Let me just...
Well, okay, I'm gonna warn you up front. We've got a boss coming up with a cool dude.
I don't care. Right. You told me to talk about it, and now I'm going.
Right, okay. Alright. Do you know what?
Okay,
Nilo can heck off. I'm gonna do that thing where I just absolutely wipe him, and we'll just move on with our day.
No, you carry on with your boss while I talk about the boss of these films, right? So first of all, I've seen several arguments sticking up for Prometheus. Don't even get me started on Prometheus, but god damn it, I hated Prometheus, and Alien Covenant has made me favour Prometheus more.
Yeah.
That's how much I hate Alien Covenant. So, first of all, people are like, well, you can't compare Alien Covenant to the original Alien. I'm like, well, you absolutely can, because first of all, it's in the same franchise. You can't...
Who said you can't compare? It's literally the only film you should compare it to.
Now, I call them Alien Covenant apologists. That's what the apologists say, right?
Oh god, that's how real it got.
Yeah, so... I know that those are his knees, but they look like fancy boots.
They are. Alright, I know this isn't very cool, but...
No, kill him however you want. I'll reserve my rant. I'm not gonna
do the
rant.
deleting thing that I said on the first fight is really boring. I don't like this iteration of the boss. Because this arena is terrible. You can't see anything.
It's not the most exciting place to fight him.
I don't like him. He just hit me.
He did just hit you, and I thought it was uncalled for, quite frankly.
Get out of here. Oh, I don't want to be up here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that one. There we go.
Good killing.
It's kind of cheating, but all you gotta do is you cancel out of your combo by wiggling the stick, and you can just keep repeating the first two swings.
Okay.
And it keeps them locked. They can't get out of it.
So speaking of killing, let me just rip Alien Covenant to pieces.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So
Bye,
okay,
Halo.
so I am gonna compare them because they're from the same franchise, and they tried. And also the other thing is, Alien Covenant was made by oh god, I'm so angry I've forgotten his name. The legend Ridley Scott, thank you very much. Right. So the fact that it's the same director as the first Alien film, and also they are constantly reminding you, oh, remember Alien? They fade in the title exactly the same way they did with Alien.
Yeah, but you can't compare it to Alien.
Can't compare it to Alien, but even though they're trying to remind you,
they're trying their damnedest to remind you of it.
And once again, we've got a apparently strong female lead and a crew of people. Now, right, here's my first gripe. So, right, I am going to compare. So here we go. Ripley, one of the greatest characters, one of the greatest protagonists of all time. She's, you know, she thinks, she makes decisions. She's an active protagonist. You know what I mean? She's not like a passive person. She's making smart decisions, but she's up against an enemy that's, you know, almost impossible to survive, and she's great. The main character of Alien Covenant in the opening scenes is a screeching mess. Now, I do understand that her husband or partner or whatever, James Franco, is trapped in his cryopod, and for some reason it's on fire and they can't get him out, and she's watching him die. And don't get me wrong, I have a heart, and that would make me cry for sure. But I'm just saying that had that been Ripley, she probably would have found a way to get him out the pod, whereas this woman is screaming hysterically, lying on top of it while everyone else is trying to get him out of the pod. And I thought, okay, well, don't hold that against her. But she's
a traumatic moment.
Yeah, but she's...
Oh, but
I don't know. If it was her on her own, I'd think, okay, I'm gonna let it go. But every woman in this film is a screaming, screeching mess. And I'm not someone who gets overly angry about a sexist female take on a character. He's hiding from you.
Stuck in the door.
Right, so when I watch films from the 80s, for example, generally speaking, they're pretty misogynistic. Like, you know, there's one female character in Predator. she's useless.
She's not
like
the strongest. But
things like that. We obviously, we do have Alien was like 78 or 79. We got Ripley, we got Sarah Connor, we got Vasquez. We do have great female characters, but they weren't typical. But when I'm watching a film from that time period, I just let it go because. Like, not that it was ever okay to be super sexist, but it was just as a product of its time, and I accept that, that's fine. But when I see a film come out now, where everyone in it, regardless of what their job title on this ship is, like, the medical officer or the science officer or whatever, like, a foreign body comes on board, and everyone is running around screaming their heads off, like
forgetting quarantine protocols,
ignoring quarantine protocols, like making stupid decisions. It made me so angry because I thought, I cannot believe that this is the same person that gave us the original. Like, it made me really, it just makes me mad. And then you've got the thing of apparently if you want to get to know the crew, you have to do homework.
Is it the Final Fantasy 13 of films?
It's so enraging because you've got this host of characters that they're clearly trying to replicate the first crew from Alien for feel, but you don't know any of them. They don't tell you anything about anyone. It's like, it's really shallow. And then the apologists are like, oh, but they were little web shorts that they released before the film came out, and you're supposed to watch the web shorts to get to know the characters.
No.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, since when is it a requirement to go out of your way? Like, you gotta take, like, you can't just absorb that in the film. They're not gonna write the script well enough in the main bulk. Like, if you're gonna do web shorts to accompany something, it should be extra content. Like, an extra little fun thing to watch, deleted scenes. Like, not, oh, if you want to care about the characters, you need to watch the web shorts prior to watching. That's ridiculous. And then, oh god, okay, let's talk about the themes, shall we? We got a religious character, but for some, like, and they batter you over the head with it, but religion doesn't come into it, really. It's not like, it's like they're trying to make a case for some sort of debate, but they don't follow it through, so it's like that character and everything he says and does is useless. The android characters, I don't remember, one of them is called David, and the other one is from Prometheus, and they're identical.
So Michael Fassbender?
Yeah, Michael Fassbender is amazing.
Yeah.
This is nothing against any of the actors, by the way, this is just the film. But, so you got David and whatever the other android's called, I forget, but at some point, like, so one of them's evil, basically, and one of them's good. The evil one, they have like a Tekken fight, and one of the
now, does one of them do great taekwondo harangue kicks?
I don't remember, but let me tell you what I do remember that made me.
Piece of trash.
So basically, when we're in the escape part of the film near the end, and everyone else the rest of the survivors are getting back to the ship, Goody Android and Baddie Android face off, right? And during this battle, Goody loses and gets scratched on the face during the fight. And then Baddie Android turns up pretending to be Goody Android, and we're not supposed to know that because Baddie Android now has an identical scratch on his face. Now let me ask you this. There was no one from the crew was witnessing that fight. No one saw Goody Android get scratched. So why would he replicate the scratch if it's literally just for the audience to be confused?
Just to confuse the audience.
So it's like, it doesn't make it makes no storytelling sense whatsoever. That really made me really angry. And also, it was very obvious that the baddie won because you didn't see who won in the fight, so clearly there's going to be a misdirect. Let me see, what else? Just annoying shit, like, they're a team of space explorers. They go to a planet. The air's breathable, so they all take off their helmets. Well, alright, the air's breathable, but you don't know what pathogens might be in it.
Anything in the atmosphere, you nutters.
The
absolute psychopath.
Covenant absolutely destroys the...
Oh my god, this isn't going well. I just want this asshole to land.
I don't care. I haven't finished. I don't care about this bird.
Oh my god, stop shooting the bird! This makes me irrationally angry.
Okay, but do you know what makes me irrationally angry? So, the Alien Covenant destroys the genesis of the actual, like, xenomorph, because originally the xenomorph is terrifying because it's, it's just an alien. It's just a naturally evolved species. a perfect killing machine. Like, the way they breed is perfect, the way they hunt is perfect, the way they blend into everything is perfect. They're the sharks of space. And let me tell you this, Alien Covenant, they decide to give them an origin story, which is basically an android created them.
But I thought they'd already...
Or alien species created them or something. It was crap and it ruined it.
But I thought they tried to already give them an origin story in Prometheus.
Yeah,
and
but they
even then, in Prometheus, they showed you a mural, like, image of an alien queen.
It gets even more convoluted in Covenant. It just wrecks it. Okay. Do you want to have a moment? I can pause for you to have a moment.
No. I'm gonna rise above.
Okay, well I'm not, so let me go on. So there are some other really annoying things to me, like there are just stupid things. Like there's a bit like they're in some caves or they're in some underground thing at some point, I forget, on this planet now, right? So someone gets killed in the cave and she screams and no one hears it. They're all in pretty close quarters, right? She's not right in front of everyone when she gets killed, but she screams, and to emphasize how loud the scream is, they do this tracking shot backwards from the corridor to show you that the scream echoes through the caving system, and yet no one hears it. No one knows where she is, right? That kind of stuff, like, I could let it go if it wasn't for all of the other major things, right?
Yeah.
And the thing that winds me up almost more than anything else. So there's always going to be your end battle with your protagonist fighting the main alien, right? Whatever that is. And so what the fight takes place like on the roof of the ship, and the pilot's taking off. And she's like battling this alien on the roof of the ship, right? And for some reason, the ship is like all over the place, as if they're like dodging obstacles that aren't there, right? It's like it's like the alien is in the cockpit and the pilot is trying to avoid being killed while he's steering, right? But the pilot isn't anywhere near the alien. They're outside the ship. He's inside the ship. So why? It just made... I was watching this, like, why is the ship tilting everywhere like that? Like, as if he's having a fight. It's ridiculous. Oh my god. There's like 1,000 other things about that film. Those are just the things that came off the top of my head.
Well, I mean, you've got a little bit of time until the end of this mission. Have you got any other... You said that was almost the most annoying thing.
It's just inconsistent. Riddled with stupid plot inconsistencies. Ridley Scotted.
Bastard.
It keeps bashing you over the head with reminders that this is the guy that did Alien, just in the way it was shot, certain scenic things, certain sound cues, things like that. Mm-hmm. So you're constantly being reminded of the superior original, and I would be...
Makes you want to watch the original.
I would be fine with it not being as good as Alien, because that was like a lightning bolt,
but
you know, like
so the other way.
But it's so bad, and honestly, maybe I take it a bit seriously, I don't know, but in my opinion, Alien Covenant is an irredeemable, anger-inducing, plot-holy, stupid, full of stupid people, film in a franchise that they should have left well alone after Aliens. They shouldn't have carried on. Don't even start me on Prometheus gave you new things. The ship that's on Alien Covenant is framed exactly as the one that's crashed on Prometheus that you see, and it's not even the same place. So you're like, well, why have they done that? You probably don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. I've just got an image in my head of like the thing from Prometheus, and you're like, oh, maybe that'll come up in Alien Covenant, and then you see something that looks the same in Alien Covenant. There isn't. It's on a different moon. I hate it. I hate it so much. I really hate it. And also, you discover in Alien Covenant that Shaw from Prometheus, I'm sure I could have mixed the protagonist, but the protagonist from Prometheus dies, right? You don't even see it. It's just mentioned in Covenant. I just thought, what was the point of Prometheus then? Apart from to just put the android somewhere where he wasn't even where he left off. How did he even get there? Okay.
Keep going.
I'm tired. I'm tired and depressed. It has been said to me that I take this too seriously. about storytelling. I really care about it. And generally speaking, I can accept having different tastes to people. Like my brand of horror that I like is I don't like, I call it like popcorn horror, like jump scare horror, like stuff like you know, like the Insidious franchise and stuff like that. That's not really my bag, but I would never tell someone that their taste in films is crap. But if you like Alien Covenant, I just think that maybe we shouldn't meet